Hey, it's Elliot Wilson from Rap Radar, and me and my partner B. Miller. And you know we got the premier website out there, rapradar.com. And now we're about to take over the podcast game. We're gonna sit down with the culture's most important voices, and give you that news and information, that opinion. The only opinion that matters, man, here at Rap Radar. Listen up. Here we go. Yeah, Rap Radar Podcast. It's Elliot Wilson.
B. Dot.
Back at it, man. This episode has no sponsor either.
Yeah, we're falling off or something.
But we're still doing it.
I thought we had a pretty good product.
I love it, man. That Ja Rule was ringing off, man. Queens, baby. You like that Ja Rule?
That
Ja was right?
I think the people liked it too.
They said it was the least 50 Cent
interview he's ever done.
But it still was good.
Of course, man. It was a good interview because, of course, we didn't ask about the 50 Cent things, but Ja has
we did ask stuff. But we just didn't dwell on it.
You can't. I thought about it. I was like, it's almost unavoidable. You have to talk about that.
You did your thing about the block and shit in the video.
The video, yeah. But that's like the second half of his career, the second act. But you don't have to dwell. This guy has sold a lot of records. He, contributed to a lot of, hits for the last couple of years.
Built a movement, man. He said, like we said, murdering sound. I mean, it's my sound. He built the sound.
He really was the
architect of a sound.
But you thought about it, like, he really is the first rapper to start writing R&B songs for R&B artists. Like, no one was doing that before him. So
certified hit maker, man. New, like you said, what is it, third act of his career?
Yeah, it really is.
Doing the reality show. It's those great things about the family. And I thought it was interesting, too, like how he went, the experience in jail, I think also defined that, made him probably closer with his family. Mm-hmm. You probably wouldn't have this show in this new direction he went in if he didn't go through that experience of going to jail. And, you know what I mean? I just thought it was interesting, man. And, I didn't talk to the guy in like a decade, man.
Wow.
So it was just fun, man. That's what we try to do, B-Dot, man. We just having fun here, man.
The people were like, yo, can we get Irv? I'm like, I don't think that's going to happen.
Man, what can we say about Irv? There's some stuff we can't say. It's off the record, but what can we say? We just know we have relationships, obviously, and just to give you guys some behind the scenes a little bit without saying who. It's just that, Irv did a thing. I guess it was for Complex for the Put It On Me, the Magnum Opus series that they do. So, of course, you get extra footage with Irv, and it's gold because Irv talks his shit. A little revisionist at times, definitely about him at the forefront. So, of course, Irv talks shit. Irv's a great interview, man. And we try to get him to reach out, and, the word we got back is, the Complex thing went a little crazy, so he's been silenced.
It's a gag order. So I don't think we're going to get Irv anytime soon.
He's like, you got to submit questions to me. Then my man BJ got to be in the thing. And then I got caught. I went to the, Paul gave me his Nets tickets, right? So I go to the Nets game. I take my man Andre. Andre was intern with us. And so I'm sitting in my tape. And Paul got good seats, Here come the Kais, though. Mike Kaiser comes in, right?
Wow.
And he's with a dude, and I guess the two people he had, the whole seats, because there's 4 seats.
Okay. They
didn't show up. So I look at Kaiser. I said, Kais, what up, baby? He's like, Paul seats, huh? Paul seats? So he's walking, and then he walks over, he shakes his head, he looks at me kind of perplexed, and then he digs in his pocket, and he gives me the other 2 floor seats. The whole seats and shit. I was like, oh, you trying to bless the kid? So I get on there, and me and Andre go sit in the front, and the other guy Kaiser brought was BJ.
Oh,
Irv's
wow.
guy. It's always like, blah, blah. I was like, yo, this fucking guy, BJ. I think I met BJ like 10, 15 years ago, too. But, like, people that know, BJ's like Irv's right-hand man in a lot of ways. And I was like, yeah, man. I was like, yo, your man, is he silenced, man? He said, he only doing interviews if you sit in the room. Blah, blah, blah. He's like, yeah, he's not doing that shit no more. He can't do that shit no more. And then Kaz was just, basically saying how you don't like them telling the old Def Jam secrets and all that stuff like that. And I was like, I said to Kaz, I was like, Kaz, when you gonna come on and do it, man?
We gotta get Kaz up here.
Break it all down. What those Def Jam years was like, man. You have 3 monsters in the building, man. The kids can't get enough of those stories about JX, Ja, going at it. I was like, what was like having those monsters in the building? But he was like, I was the ringmaster. I was the ringleader. I was like, all right,
come
guys.
up to the show, man.
But he's like, you can't talk about that stuff, though. That didn't happen. Elliot. I was like, all right, Kaiser.
Mike Kaiser is crazy, man.
Little Burger came out. And then he Snapchatted. Niggas like Snapchatting every 2 minutes. I'm like, yo, Kaiser, you on Snapchat? Putting little captions and shit like Brooklyn Skylines. I was like, what have you become, man? Like, seriously?
From backstage to Snapchat. Shout out to Mike Kaiser, man.
So anyhow, Irv's been silenced. We probably won't get Irv. We're going to keep asking, but right now, Irv is silenced. You have to just take Ja Rule and enjoy it. Take that Ja Rule and enjoy it, damn it. And you're going to enjoy today's episode, man.
Yes.
Tonight's episode, man. This guy keeps keeping us waiting like an hour or so, man. B-Dot don't like this, man. This time is precious, man.
Word. I got a kid, man.
Yo, you know what I found the other day? Drake put something on Vine, right?
Okay.
And then Drake's put something on Vine. I guess a clip of views from the 6. I don't know if he put it up, right?
Yeah.
It was saying he debuted it. So I was like, let me go to Vine. I haven't been on Vine in like 8 million years because Snapchat kind of killed Vine.
Of course.
No disrespect. I mean, whoever cuts the check in the next sponsor will be like, next episode is sponsored by Vine. You can't stop us. Now, so I went through my Vines and I went back to I was at the Picasso baby video shoot, man, the infamous one, man, where I found out you was going to be a father.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's true.
So I vined out all the Picasso baby ass shit.
That's what I told Jay-Z before
He told Jay-Z before he told me. So Hope's like, yeah, you with the kid.
It was like, yo, congratulations on the kid. Ellie's like, what kid? I was like, oh yeah, I had a kid last week. What? How does he know?
Like, you had a kid? I was like, you had a fucking kid?
Yeah.
Jay's like, yo, I don't know, man.
Yeah, he's like, what's going on with you guys?
He told me.
I needed advice.
And I was like, yo, Rap Radar don't got no little extra bonus plans, man. Just because you out here producing scenes and shit. You couldn't get a nigga a heads up, man.
Oh, man.
But I vined the shit out of the Picasso Baby video, so I was like, every time I think of Picasso Baby video, man, I think of B-Dot backstage. Tell me he's gonna be a father, man.
Yeah, funny.
Yeah, so you know the tapings that we do sometimes in sporadic times. So B-Dot's like, yo, we gotta try to do the tapings a little earlier.
Yeah.
My family, man, out here. Holiday season's coming up. You know,
Turkey
what I'm
Day and all the good stuff.
Turkey Day. So this guy's been making his way a little bit. He's on the way, man. Pusha T.
You know, a lot of people been asking for Pusha T on the low, man.
People love Pusha T, man.
He's been around he's a vet.
Dark Knight even came out of retirement, man. This guy don't even show up. Dark Knight's here. Dark Knight, get on the mic, man. It's because Pusha T's here, right? You don't even love us like that.
Push.
That's saying, man.
They get this guy a nice cushy job.
We don't see Dark Knight no more, man. We don't see Dark Knight, but Pusha T's the guest. Oh, he's in there.
Yeah, man. Pusha T. What can you say about him, man? He's been around for a long time.
Well, I think that's the thing about Pusha is that he's so established and respected, but at the same time, people want to see him be bigger. You know what I mean? Like, so he still has.
I'm one of them.
Yeah, I think that's the thing that I think intrigues people. It's like they want Pusha to be even bigger as an artist, and he wants to be bigger. So it's like, you know, and then you look at all the things of like, you know, his affiliation with Good Music now and him more powered up in that position, like president, whatever that means, we're going to find out. You know, it's like, it's just amazing to see this guy's trajectory and like how he's maneuvered and become a career guy, but still at the same time, you still have this feeling that he's on the verge of something. Yeah. You know, so.
He's like, it's always like the hunger for more. He always is like a step ahead of the curve, and you know, like Kanye say, everything is Pusha T. You know, he's the father of a lot of styles and things that are current right now.
He's a passionate dude, man. We're videotaping this one. This is like the second one we videotaped since Rick Ross. The new fancy camera system we have in the CBS studios, man. Shout out to Pat. We got a headset on like he's fucking Janet Jackson in the
like you work at T-Mobile video.
My phone won't load, Pat. Need some help here. So we're videotaping this up, nice, you know, shed some of that spread some of that content online.
Yep.
See how it goes, but also, he may make him spaz. He's a very passionate guy. Maybe we can make him spaz.
He hasn't done an interview in a long time. I mean, he did one recently, but prior to that,
he just did Hot 97, man.
Yeah, but prior to that,
he wrote in the morning, man.
Kind of quiet.
Well, Peter Rosenberg didn't even take the title "Listen to Untouchable" before the interview started. But I digress.
Are they sponsoring this show?
Don't shout him out.
I don't know.
All right, man. We're excited because King Push is coming, man. We're going to try to do a better job or do a good job. Whatever we're going to do, man. We're going to have fun with it, man.
Ugh.
Which one is this, 24?
I think, what number are we at? 23.
23. This is Jordan.
23. Hey, I like that. Numbers on the board.
We're going to keep putting them numbers on the board, man. Push your T's on the way.
Yes.
Rap Radar Podcast.
Yep.
Introducing Play.it, a podcast network like no other. From award-winning news programming and #1 sports brands to entertainment and business leaders, Play.it is delivering storytelling at its best.
We're going to be having conversations with newsmakers and culture shapers.
I will be talking mostly about fashion and how I've been marketing all my life.
Tech, culture, and entrepreneurship.
Everything in the world of sports entertainment and wrestling and beyond.
Hear what you've been missing at Play.it.
Hey, it's Ellie Wilson from Rap Radar. And me and my partner, B-Dot Miller, man. With the only opinion that matters, man, here at Rap Radar.
The man of the hour.
We're in here.
Free Benatti, what up?
Winner, baby, for the winter time.
What's up?
We got King Push in the motherfucking building.
Finally.
Yeah.
You know how many people been asking for you, man?
Really, man?
Yes.
I love this guy, man.
Do they?
Yeah,
Everybody
man.
wants you to win, man. How does that feel?
Man,
You're
that's
this guy.
awesome.
You're this guy that people want. Like, you're established and respected.
Right.
Not to get all serious off top.
Okay.
But you're very respected off top, right? For what
Okay.
you do, lyricism, blah blah. But how does it feel like to be that artist that you? That it's obvious to me that we all want you to ascend to greater heights.
Right.
And there's that energy behind it. So is that what's good about that? And is there anything bad about that?
Nah, man. I feel like it's definitely.
You gotta be quiet
something-
back there, man. Starts, man. We rap radar, baby. We go in.
Yeah, get out or something. Like, for real. I ain't never been here before.
We just started this shit,
Yeah.
man. This is new.
So it's awesome for people to want you to win.
Yeah.
And you know, I actually love the position because it's actually no stress. It's really no stress.
Is it like an underdog kind of thing, or is it just?
Man, I don't know if it's an underdog, underground. I'm like extreme top level underground. I feel like, or something. I mean, you know, that's how I look at it. I look at it as and then I feel like with the climate of music and just the climate of the platforms of music today, you know, it used to be a radio thing. Used to have to like shoot for that.
Yeah.
And
you
I
had to
don't
go
feel-
a certain path.
Yeah, and I don't feel
Which
like
you always
I
had issues with.
Yeah, and I always had issues with. It may have worked for me like one time.
It worked a couple times.
I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good. Right?
I'm good was cool.
Clips,
you know,
I'm
but
good.
grinding when the last time. But outside of that, it's strictly been about the streets and been about the people and been about the core fan base. And I feel like now, and how music is consumed, that sort of works in my favor. So it's really no reaching at this
So
point.
it kind of came back around in your favor, of your vision of what it took to be successful in hip hop.
A grassroots type of the grassroots is a little bit louder now.
Yeah.
Let's say that.
Yeah.
The weeds are definitely higher.
Yeah.
But we got the new project coming out, man.
Yes.
You just gave a date to Noisy, man, December 18th, man.
Yeah.
So wait, so here's the thing. I go to this listen session, B-Dot, where was you at, man?
I think I was babysitting my. Oh, you don't babysit your kid. I'm scared.
I get there mad early. I'm a herb. I'm like the first one in there. I'm a herb, right? So I'm in there early. And I thought you're gonna go out there, you might do Untouchable, and you're gonna play like snippets of like 5 songs or some shit.
Nah.
Pusha T came in like, this is my shit. Like, just let it all loose. Like, and then acting like you ain't supposed to tape it. But I feel like he didn't really. I feel like you didn't care if people really taped it. Like, you wanted to like shut the game down.
Yeah, I didn't
right?
give a damn if they taped or not, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like
You
the
can
music,
Snapchat everything.
the
go
music's
in.
gonna get out there. I feel like, you know, people who want music from me, they want the quality. They want to live with it. They want to sit with it.
Right.
They don't want it just off the phone, like, and have to hold the fucking Snapchat button or whatever to hear it or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
So it was
But you knew you wanted to go all in. You were just gonna go all in.
totally. Put the sequence together right then and there.
Wow.
I was like, listen, let's just give it to him.
Now,
I mean, I didn't know when I was gonna have a collection of, you know, tastemakers, you know, media, everybody. I didn't know when I was gonna have that collection again.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
So is Def Jam putting this out? Like, what's the? Oh, okay.
100%.
This is a real album. So you're doing 2 albums, but this is a real album too. There's barcodes on this. This is a real deal.
Real deal.
This
real
isn't
movie.
Rap for Kane, no
No,
mixtapes.
it's a movie. It's a movie.
No Dat Piff.
A movie associated with it and everything.
If I
Videos.
Wow.
Yeah.
Steven
it's a
Victor's
thing.
like, we not putting that on no Dat Piff.
No way.
None of that.
No way.
No
You
live
know, his
mixtapes.
cheap ass. His cheap ass ain't gonna have none of that at this point. He wants every coin.
So how do you tell all these guys, Def Jam, we doing 2 albums, man? Steve Bartles, all these guys, man. You just came in there and said we doing 2 albums?
Yeah. I mean, basically, man, you know, they want the content. They want the content, and I think content is king, and I think they feel the same way.
Yeah, because you said you're proud how dark the record is, right? So why do you think they're allowing you to put this project out the way you want?
Because they know what I got coming.
Oh, so you said, like, well, can we to fast forward ahead though? This is what he does when he says what he has coming. This is what they do.
Yeah.
They do this session, right? They play all these songs, which we're going to talk about. These songs, great songs, but it's very much like one landscape of like really dark, like for the hardcore Pusha T fans, right? So then it seems like it's over, and then again, once again, Steven Victor, who we're going to talk about, his manager. He grabs the aux cord and he plays this record with him in Future. And all you hear is Future's hooks. And you know how Future now seems like he's doing so much, you know, he might be phoning some things in a little bit. This isn't no phoning.
He don't phone in this. He don't phone in for me. He don't phone in for me.
What is that? What is that? All right, so what is that? Yeah, you pain. Like I want to say, what do you think of Pain? Like you caught criticism for that.
Yo,
what is it like to see his ascension?
Hey, Ellie, I'm so glad y'all discussed that.
We talk about music here.
That's awesome. I caught it. Yo, they shot at me over Pain. People shot at me over Pain, man.
Hell yeah.
But you know that's you know being first, man. About you know certain things. Sometimes you got to go through that,
and that's why you're not getting no leftover shit when
no way
because he respects you.
Way.
He respects you reaching out at that time of his career.
Future's one of the artists that when I reach out to, he sends it back in 4 days.
Wow.
Like, you know, I mean, depending on what he got going on, but I mean, if he got that time, he'll definitely go in. He'll definitely go in and he'll definitely have that thing back to me 3-4 days, regardless, you know, how he's feeling it, even sooner maybe.
Yeah, and so you just have a big record like that. You got big records that'll please the record label in the world.
Man, I got records. I got records and features on Spring that you ain't heard in 18 years.
Wow.
18 years. Look at
do your
Steve
math.
Victor's face.
Do your
Look at his face right there. Look at his
Do your math. Do your real math. I ain't worried about that.
What you talking about? 90s Kingpins is rapping with Pusha T?
I mean, you know.
Okay, so wait, so the deal is
Kingpins, who knows? Who knows what they are? Who knows? Who knows? I'm just saying.
So wait, so that's the strategy? Let me get off this street shit. Let me set the tone for this, and then like you guys will be more than the static of what I'm already got tucked away, like in terms of what I'm going to present in 2016.
For sure.
But these aren't throwaways, though.
No way.
No, we're going to talk about
Listen,
these songs.
hold on. I mean, I'm glad you said that. I mean, I just feel like what I'm about to give you in Darkest Before Dawn, you gotta think you got 3 Timbaland records. You got Sean Combs producing, Nasheem Myrick, Mario.
Hitman.
You know what I'm saying?
Real Hitman. Some dark shit.
You got Kanye. You got Boy Wonder. You got Bauer and Mano. I feel like I took the darkest parts of every producer's soul and made them hop on this joint.
Yeah, how did you get them to connect to that vision of what you want to create?
Because first and foremost we gotta get to a point. You know, all those guys have made records that are massive,
right?
But we got to get to a point to where, you know, I like to make my albums how I like them first. Like I need records that I can like really connect with initially. And I can't just make, you know, I can't just start off in a lighthearted sense. Like I need records that I want to hear and I want to drive to and I want to ride to and I want to like recite the verses to. I don't want to think about the melody so much of it. I just want to give you the bar fest that's going to make my fans happy.
Because you have like these fiery lyrics you need to get out. Like, is that kind of the thing?
I mean, that's just the energy I was going for. I mean, you know, when you get with guys like, you know, you get with guys like Puff, and he doesn't even know. Like, he don't even know this. Like, he don't know why I really I even got with him on some music, on the whole music tip. Like, you know, at the time, I believe we were in like Paris, and me and Steven were talking, and we were just sort of like, dang, you know, the fashion thing is a little bit, it's sort of crazy to me right now. Like people were like really running to it, and it seemed like that was becoming part of the music. Yeah. And when I got to Paris, I seen Puff there. And I seen him what's her name? Anna Wintour.
Her Vogue.
Yeah. And I seen him make her wait in line to speak to him. Wow. And I said, and I tapped him. We were sitting down and I said, listen, this is how this shit's supposed to be. I was like, you know, everybody was sort of looking all mannequined out to me, and everybody was sort of, and he was having fun. He was like, you know, playing dress up, and then going to the club. We go to the club that night, and he'd be black t-shirt, big diamonds. Yeah. And just that energy was just like, this is what I need. This is what I needed it to be, and I needed to see that. And so I was like, man, you know, I'm sure that Puff has like the music in the archive that we need to tap into. And you know, from there, you know, we got in, you know,
like in LA. After. So what was those sessions like? Because I saw you put an Instagram photo early in the process, I guess, of saying like, you know, because you're a guy who's like learned from a lot of great artists, like, and you would think, okay, you soaked up so much game from Pharrell, soaked up so much from Kanye.
I ain't got none like this.
What's left with Puff in terms of those conversations?
He cracks the whip. He like cracks the whip, and it's hard to impress him.
Really?
Yeah, it's hard to impress him. I mean, you gotta think about it. You know, you rhyme with, you know, Big, Jadakiss. I mean, he's had all the spectrums of Mace, of spitters.
Shine and Mace in their primes, you know, those type of
prime of everything great that we know in hip hop.
Modern day.
So it's hard to impress. Super hard to impress.
And I saw something you said that you also he says to you he wanted to not really know where you're going with verses sometimes.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, and that sort of struck a nerve with me because, you know, when he said that to me, it explained all of the Biggie questions that I might have had in my life. Like, you know, in hearing those verses, in hearing some of Big verses, I would always wonder why he could go from talking about, you know, a shooting or whatever the case may be, and then go into Tiana, my daughter, if it was up to me, she would be with me. You know, the way he just flip-flopped, you couldn't, you can't. The
wordplay would go to different areas.
It would just sporadically. And I felt like, oh, damn, well, that's probably why he used to rhyme like that, because I'm so used to rhyming in a connect the dots type of chain. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the thing.
So it pushed you, like you got to go lay verses over and over, like just to really push yourself.
You know, or definitely lay verses over and over, or you'd have to like, you'd have to deal with him like looking like unamused. And I don't like that. I don't like that.
No,
like,
you're used to saying some bars that's gonna make a motherfucker like you are that man.
And they don't, you know, it doesn't do him like that. It's just like, so I mean, you there, but you
cool,
you
Playboy.
know, wow. That's cool Playboy. Ain't nothing worse than that's cool Playboy.
Oh man.
No, that's
and
cool Playboy.
He'll give you that school Playboy, and I ain't really like that shit.
So when did you impress him? When did you feel like there was a moment that, okay, I get it, now I could tell I impressed him?
I feel like there's a record that we have called Keep Dealing, and there's a record that I got called Crutches, Crosses, Caskets.
And that's on the first project, right?
Yes.
Crutches, Crosses, and Caskets.
Both of those records I feel like I spoke to him. I feel like I spoke to him. Crutches, he even went into the booth after me and just was like, you know, just toying with ad-lib ideas and things like that. But I mean, it just made him move.
Right.
And, you know, just the fact that, and I don't even think, we didn't keep him.
The wine in his house.
Oh, exactly. Okay. During Keep Dealing, we're playing the song Keep Dealing. And, you know, he's drinking wine, and midway through the verse, he throws the wine glass, and it shatters all over his stone.
Oh my God.
Whatever.
Wow.
And then everybody scurries and gets to
Clean some real Puff Daddy shit.
Yeah.
Clean up Combs room. Clean up.
They scurry and clean up the wine glasses, and they give, you know, but not before he gets another glass. And, you know,
because he was excited.
Why didn't you put that on Snapchat?
Yeah. We were on. We might have been on Snapchat that day. Y'all just didn't get the glass thrown. Because, you know, we were just listening. We didn't know. Everything is sporadic with that guy. Everything.
But this project, it feels like, you know, Picasso had a blue period. Is this like Pusha T's dark period? Is this your black period? Because you always, like, throughout your career, you've had, like, religious epithets with your music. But now, like you say, this is evil. It's dark. Like, where is that coming from?
I feel like I had the greatest... Like, the past 2 years of my career were amazing.
Yeah.
Like, since My Name Is My Name, I mean, I really...
You like that project?
Yeah, I like My Name Is My Name. I like...
I didn't like it too much. We talked about
We talked about it. We're about to get into it.
We get into it.
God forgives Pusha T dope.
But you know, I had a really good run in regards to before that project and then putting that project out and just touring and so on and so forth. And I feel like it got a little dark for me when my road manager got killed.
Yeah, that was in early part of the year, right?
Day,
yeah. Yeah, he's also down with Nicki Minaj.
Right, man. And it just made me, man, you know, I couldn't shake it. Like nothing wasn't, you know, with the success of the project, with the touring, with just doing everything, I couldn't shake that energy.
Yeah,
I couldn't shake it, and I needed to go. You know, that was another reason I had to go get with Puff, and specifically Puff, because, you know, he made and was a part and maestroed all of the beautifully evil records that I ever liked from a rapper. Whether it was My Downfall, whether it was Who Shot Ya, whether it was
Nobody Till Somebody Kills You.
Yeah, Nobody Till Somebody Kills You. Like that energy, and I feel like he made it colorful. I talk about producers a lot. Like, you know, as much as I'm into lyricism, the producer is more to me than lyrics. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I look at what they do
because
more.
You respect your strength. And
right,
strength has to be
right. But
I
feel like what they really, really do is like it's a magic.
Right.
Yeah.
But damn, I was saying I was
the
about
personal
to say,
life brought the loss of Day Day.
Yeah, like it made that energy just fester. Like that energy's just really sat around and festered, and I was like, man, I gotta get this off of me. And I didn't, you know, you didn't want to be sad. I didn't want to be sad about it. Like, you know, I've been through that. It's like, man, I gotta get it off. But you know, getting it off musically is a level of vengeance in that. And I think I took it out in the music, man.
So it's almost kind of therapeutic to go through that. The way you kind of mourned his loss.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
It's funny though, you talk about production though. I think that you also, what's different about you is that you have a unique ear. Like you'll take a track that, like there's one Timbaland track I think that he did. Like, when you hear a beat, that's like a very like weird kind of track.
Yeah.
And you just like lace it and make it work. But like I feel like sometimes you'll pick a beat that isn't just like, there'll be 10 MCs in the room. They wouldn't pick that beat. You'll pick the beat that from somebody that's very atypical. The arrangement's a little intricate.
Right.
Like, do you challenge yourself? Like, what is that?
That's the puzzle.
Like the numbers on the board. Like Jay uses that in his set when he does, you know, Rhyme No More.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel like
what do you look for in a beat? Like what's the
unorthodox? Because I feel like that's half the battle. Me, I'm still looking at it in a rapper sense. I'm looking at it like, you got to be able to out rap me on this beat. Now you might be scared of that beat. So if I can get on this beat and nail it, then I won. You know what I'm saying?
So you don't want to hear another rapper rap better on your beat.
No,
ever.
No.
I don't think no rapper does.
Like that. That's the L. That's an L. That's an L. Right. And you know, if you go back to grinding, think about how many remixes of grinding it was.
When that beat came, that song was just so different when it came out.
It's so great. If you listen now, Pharrell literally says, foreshadowing, you're about to witness something you never witnessed before. And it was, you can say you're going to deliver a moment, and you guys really delivered a moment that changed culture.
He knew it though. Yeah. He knew it. He told me that if I didn't get to the studio in 15 minutes, he was gonna give it to Hove. Yeah. And he knew that would have burnt my soul.
And for you to say, Pharrell, keep talking this music shit, and like where you at in your life and that transition, like, it says so much about where everyone's at that time.
100%.
I think about that record a lot when new artists come to me with records. I'm like, where's your grinding? Because when I heard it was just so different and like you never heard anything like that before.
Right. Well, I think people make records differently now. I believe like back then we were trying to make songs that were body bagging the Benjamins. That was the goal, like, in all honesty.
Always goes back to Puff.
Yeah. No, you know, we were thinking, like, damn, what the hell can body bag the Benjamins? And, you know, to Pharrell at the moment, it was the grinding beat. Yeah. I think people now, man, I mean, I don't see where they even take a risk in trying to be different. Yeah. Like, I mean, guys will give me tapes, and I'm like, man, you from Virginia. How in the hell do you sound like you are from ATL?
Right.
I don't even get it. And then they look at me like I'm stupid. Or, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know, because listen, I take music from everybody. People don't like really know. Like, I'm a troll. Like, I'll sit and see what's going on online. I'll see what type of music's going on. I'll listen to guys who give me CDs. I listen to it, and I'm like, damn, man, well, what did you get me this CD for? Like, you must not know what I'm looking for, or at least the criteria that I put for myself.
Right. Yeah, because, I mean, talk about the good music presidency, congrats on that. But, like, I think it also connects to a certain point where in that Chicago drill scene, like, you brought that to everyone's attention, Kanye's attention, that Chief Keef and these guys were making this sort of sound and, like, working with them. So I guess now it's sort of you're more empowered that if you saw something like that, you could help be even more competitive in bringing that over to the label.
100%. 100%. That was part of the conversation that Ye had with me when he asked me, did I want to be the president of Good Music? He was like, man, you know, you in the mix, man. You like, you know, you're in the culture. You're like, you know, you be pretty spot on when it come to, you know, some of these kids, and they respect you.
Yeah, you could connect to them.
Yeah,
maybe he can't at a certain level. Or at least have that cosign of you bringing that to him.
Yeah.
So what does that mean for like Re-Up Records?
Oh man, you know, Re-Up is I wish it could have panned out. I really wish it could have, man. At this point, you know, that was something that me and my brother started.
Right.
That, you know, we was looking for an outlet to get everybody on that we wanted to hear.
Right.
And it was actually something that also was helpful in our layoff from the 4-year hiatus.
Right. Yeah.
Now
tough time right there.
Yeah. Woo.
So what about, like, I mean, now that you're in a position, like, I know you still work with Ab Liva. He's going to come to Good Music now that you're in a position to kind of further his brand, his movement.
Well, you know what? As of right now, Liva has really been doing a lot of he's been doing a lot of like recruiting, and we got some new dope talent.
Interesting.
That new dope talent that I believe he's been very instrumental in honing for like the past 2 years. And I haven't even played it for anybody yet, but that's something that, you know, we be working on, and we still be working together in regards to things like that.
So you think that's your first? What's your first priority? You think in terms of this job, like finding new talent, bringing new talent to the table?
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't think that's the first priority. I believe, and this is my wish list. Yes. I mean, it's all about getting out my album, getting out these 2 albums, getting out a Sean album, and my wish list is getting out the Cruel Summer album, part 2.
Yeah,
that's my wish.
Why do you think the first one didn't resonate the way you guys?
We gave away all the records.
Yeah,
we gave away all the records.
The better records, or just in general the rollout of it?
I think we gave away all the records. We gave away all the joints, and you know what people don't realize is, you know, I love that record. Like, I love that album.
Cruel Summer.
Yeah, I love that album, and I think it was a dope representation of good music as a whole. You know, I mean, we're making sure, you know, John Legend, Cudi, everybody got, you know, their look on it, and it was rap, great rap shit, new God flow. Like, you had things on this album that were like uncontested, but we gave them to you, and we had started a machine with the Good Friday thing that we couldn't turn off.
About that though, that Good Friday series, man.
We couldn't turn that off, and I believe the powers that be, I believe Ye, I believe everybody was like, man, I'd be damned if these records just go to waste.
But it also felt, I think, for the fan perspective, like Kanye wasn't really supportive of it. I mean, from the outside looking in, like he didn't really stand by it. You know, you guys saw you and Sean doing a promotion. It was like, where's Kanye? So it was like, I think the fans weren't going to connect with it because Kanye wasn't really necessarily connected with it.
Yeah, I believe that. I believe visually it was a little bit of that.
Right.
I think I mean, well, damn, he produced everything.
Right.
So I mean, I don't know how to speak for that in regards to his support, because I'm looking at it from a whole nother side.
Yeah.
Like, I know who was in that studio. I know that we got in the car and drove for an hour listening to it. Mm-hmm. I know that he was, clapping his damn feet when he presented me Ghostface on the joint. I didn't know Ghostface was even on New God.
Yeah.
But these are things that he's doing, like on his own fandom.
Right.
Yeah.
So, when you say that, in regards to the public and the public, visually seeing him, like I get that, like I get that, but like on a whole nother spin, it's like, man, like I said,
Well, let's talk about the Good Friday series, like you said. I mean, that's viewed as certain standards of just legendary in terms of like dominating the internet and impacting culture. Like, what was the process like putting those together, and what was your role in that? And like, do you feel like that might be a great tool to do something similar?
It was panic and frantic. Like Good Friday was a headache to me.
How so?
Man, it took everything. Like it took everything in regards to making these, records.
Oh, okay.
Like it was
every week.
Gotta go. And it gotta be one.
Right.
It gotta be one of the ones. Like it had to be.
Oh, so you would go through records that didn't work and then just scrap it and just come up with the right thing?
Yeah. Basically.
Yeah.
So it was like it was a pretty hectic time. I mean, and mind you, what were we working on at the time? Was that Dark Twisted time?
No, it was during Dark Twisted too, yeah.
Yeah. So
wow.
Yeah. Because Power made the album and so Paul eventually and all that.
So being that it was during Dark Twisted time, that's during his time.
Mm-hmm.
Which is when it's Kanye's time, it's Kanye's time.
Yeah. And this is also after Hawaii coming back to New York, right? Setting up shop in New York. Oh, you wearing suits and shit too, right? Wearing suits? Are you wearing a suit?
Listen, we wearing suits. It's the black. Listen, we distracted. Like, we left Hawaii, which is absolutely nothing to do. Like,
right.
But
listen,
rap.
if we were in Hawaii and was doing that, it might have been better.
Exactly. So
or we might have could have did it. But when we're working on Dark Twisted, which is his album, which he's focused on, and then you get that call on Thursday saying we need that record for Friday.
Shit.
What's the record? Or let's say he gave us Wednesday.
Still a lot of pressure. But you rose to it. I mean, during that time,
you're on Good Friday, Soul Paul, Christian Dior Denim Flow, Take One for the Team, and Looking for Trouble.
Yeah.
But you also had your other stuff too on the side, like you had the Wrath of Cain projects, you had Fear of God projects.
Right.
I think one of the strong suits you don't get a lot of credit for is like those videos that you had to those albums, man. Those choices was hot.
Yeah,
like,
thank you, man.
Like the Vegas one and Block. How did you shoot that one? The Blocker video.
I went to Jamaica.
I know you shot. Went to Jamaica, but
yo, listen. So I go to Jamaica, and I basically had a pass to frequent this. You guys are familiar with Duttis Coke.
Yeah.
Okay. So his rival, when all of this wildness was going on, his son, the rival's son, was like, you guys can
to navigate through,
have your way.
Wow.
And man, I had a new man, I was down there adopting kids and all type of shit. Like,
Papa Thornton.
Yeah, like, I mean, no, but we're down there and it's the slums. It's a whole nother poor. You know what I'm saying? And they were so happy. Like, everybody was like, wow, happy.
Yeah.
And the kids were like I blacked out on my trailer driver.
Really? Why?
Because he screamed on some kids who, I mean, now I'm talking about, it's a trailer.
Right.
They couldn't fathom what they were in. It might as well have been a spaceship.
Wow.
And he had blacked out because, man, I couldn't fathom them not fathoming what the hell this was.
Right.
And it shit blew my mind. And I felt like he was like a joy stealer.
Wow.
Oh, man.
So it sort of annoyed me. But it was a really enlightening time just on, in regards to everything. Because, mind you, in the middle of this, everything wrong is going on in this community.
Right.
It's like war divided. The two heads had just been taken. I mean, from each faction. Mm-hmm. So things were just a little out of whack down there.
Yeah.
And I mean, man, it was, But these kids, it was like kids, like 4-year-olds, just hanging out with me all day. All
that was a really dope
We stayed
video.
down there for a long time. Thanks.
I see you working with Kid Art too on some new projects. Is that for the new?
Yeah.
He's really dope. He's good. Kid Art is good.
Listen, Kid Art is so dope, and we've thought Kid Art was so dope for a very long time. Right. And then we realized Kid Art was doing all of this greatness with $3.
Yeah. He does everything on the Kid Art, he runs with Vinny Chase.
Yeah.
He's like the video arm for the Cheers Club.
So
you give him a budget, he take it even further, is what you're saying.
So listen, can I get into that?
You can get into all of it.
Okay.
You want to see it straight? You want to see it?
Hell yeah, we want to see it.
So we really liked his work. We thought it was super dope for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, we end up who is it? Is it Tidal?
It's Hove.
Hove. It's Hove.
Never heard of him.
So Hove gave us like some change, some real change to shoot like a mini movie.
Okay.
Shoot a mini movie, shoot visuals, and we just gave it all to him.
Wow.
We gave it all to Kid Art.
Kid Art to create.
And man,
this is off the December 18th project or the next project?
December
okay.
18th.
Okay, gotcha.
That's how much we believe in it though. Like it's like a thing.
Yeah.
Like it's a real thing. So we gave him it was like $100,000 and just let him go.
That makes sense because I saw him the other day. He was looking like he had the glow.
Nah. He definitely spent it on the creative, man.
He tried to buy beat out of pizza.
He definitely spent it on the creative, man. But they were like,
so is it gonna be small pieces or one full body of work?
It'll be like a 20-minute piece.
Okay.
20-minute piece that we're gonna debut at Art Basel.
Okay.
We got the location yet?
Not yet. Maybe we're trying to do it for Versace Mansion, but
yeah,
Miami.
So and like I said, we got visuals as well.
Yeah.
Visuals for the songs as well. But yeah, man, those guys are dope, man. Yeah. Like those guys are dope. Like it's dope to me that and watching like these new creatives. And I was telling somebody the other day, like, man, when I was trying to get on, like, we was like really driving to New York and being bamboozled coming to New York, thinking we about to talk to an exec, and we really talked to like a mailroom dude who was like trying to get his stock up. So he finds the demo and brings it to the exec, and so he trying to get his play on, but everybody else is so independent and their creativity is just really shining through. And I hate videos.
Really?
I hate them.
You can have some of the best ones though.
Nah, but listen, it's such a task because you never have enough money to get it done, and so on and so forth. So now you see guys like Kid Art who are dope, and then you find out that Kid Art really only got $3,000 to make what I loved,
right?
And only had like 4 hours to make a French video that I loved.
Yeah.
Or, just whatever was going on at the time.
Yeah.
And, it was a no-brainer to me to, like, just trust them with that. And you can do that with a lot of kids out here today.
Right.
Yeah. Right. Definitely.
So, and King Push, that's the next project that we're coming out.
Yes.
That's already done, or what's the process with that? Like, is it already in the chamber?
I got probably the first half of it done, and I feel like I got it all done, but I know that Ye gonna come and remix a few things, and you have to put that audible in the air. Be prepared for that audible.
You like that though? That's a good problem.
It's cool. Yeah,
expect the unexpected.
I ain't tripping off that though. But yeah, it's I think I'm trying to come with a single, probably end of January, February.
So is the Future might be the single?
No.
Okay.
No.
So what song is that? That's just a great song.
Just a song.
That's listen. If
shit.
it's conventional, it ain't right. It would be. Listen, if it was Future, it'd be conventional, and that's what it's supposed to be.
So do you get Are you nervous to have too much of a conventional thing? Does it have to always be your way? Like if magic happens and this is a future record and it's just this, will you let that go and just let it rock?
No.
So you're still stubborn. You're still stubborn.
Yeah, I am. I need the shock value. I need the shock value. I need people to be like, I don't know if I like it yet. I need that incubation.
B-Dot doesn't like the first album.
Yeah, B-Dot definitely don't like the first album.
I told him this at the Beyonce Jay-Z concert.
Why do you like that?
I mean, shit, man.
Because you're pushing.
He has an opinion, and I respect B-Dot's opinion.
Thank you.
I really do.
You know what? Tweet that later. The reason why
and then Victor will send you an invoice.
But this is what I wanted to say at the concert is like the album, be clear, is not whack.
Where was you at saying this?
It was at the Baltimore.
Why are you fucking up his high backstage at the show or some shit?
Listen. We went to Baltimore on the Rise at the Jay-Z Beyonce on the Run show. Yes. I saw Pusha. We make small talks. Oh yeah, by the way, I didn't like the album. He's like, for real? I was like,
how many Duces were you in?
About 5. Okay. The reason why it's not a whack album, I just think I was expecting something different. And,
really?
And by that, I mean, it's like, okay, I'm a Clips fan, Pusha T fan since the first album. And I feel like we don't know too much about you. I feel like there's not enough transparency in your music. And I'm expecting more from that in that album. Because it's like, when you listen to Pusha, if I ask the average person that's a rap fan, what about Pusha T do you know? They would say a lot of rudimentary things like, oh, he does, coke raps, style, things like that. But I feel like the difference between good artists, good rap artists, and great rap artists is that transparency. I.e. Biggie, you know about him, Jay, Nas, Pac. We know about these characters, and I feel like I want you to break that proverbial glass ceiling and become that rapper that I know that you can become, if that makes any sense.
I feel you, man. I mean, I feel you on that, but I feel like they have stories that I don't have.
You have a story.
No, I do, and I feel like people know that story, but I feel like they have stories that I don't have. Like, you're not going to hear me. I can't, tell you anything. I can't tell you about me not having, my dad and things like that. Because I did. I got great
I thought you talked about that, 40 acres.
40, I thought 40 acres was
poured a lot of soul into that.
There are moments of that, I think
you know about my brothers, my family life,
but there's more.
Enjoy the dance with him.
Yeah,
but what was that? What was enjoy the dance with him? What was that shit?
Man, it's so much, man. Chance with him, do the dance with him. Oh, that was just me talking about relationships.
Yeah.
Which
was different for you to really.
Yeah, talking about exes basically.
Yeah.
Wondering, my ex is wondering, if they really had a chance with me. And when I'm just like, man, did you enjoy the dance?
Yeah.
That's what you really should just be.
But is it a humanization issue where, maybe because you was a dope dealer, you're taught not to speak in certain ways about certain things, right? So then is there lack of, like he's saying, maybe the certain audience that you haven't humanized yourself enough yet to people?
Well, I don't think, unless they just thinking that me not being, I feel like I have humanized myself. I feel like, everything that I talk about, you can go see it. And you go see it, if you talking about the streets, then you see that, things really happened in 2009 that, changed the scope of everything. Even me being in a group.
Right.
You can see, man, if you look at 2012, man, it's still happening.
Right.
My road manager is gone. My first one, not the one that got killed. No. He wasn't a road manager.
Oh.
But my first road manager, 2012, he left as well. 2013 actually.
Yeah.
But just that, that late in the day, federal penitentiary, so on and so forth.
Tony.
No, that was in 2009.
Oh, okay, wow. Okay.
I mean, you have moments of that.
People know these things. You got records like Snitch that, I feel like, man.
Yeah.
I feel like, man. I feel like nobody has talked about records like Snitch. Everybody has glamorized the thing, but ain't nobody told that story of your real person that you love to death.
Yeah.
And they call you and tell you, look, man, we ain't gonna talk no more because I'm about to do something that I know you ain't even gonna rock with. and we just ain't gonna talk, and that's just gonna be that.
There's moments of that, like I think of like Revolution. You know what I mean? When you talk about, I always wanted to ask you this. You said the deal fell through. Tony saved you, and
yes, he did.
How so? In what ways?
The deal fell through, meaning the music deal fell through, and we still had to stay afloat out here, and we did. And I can't, and I feel like, however, that whole situation panned out terribly, but that was just the truest, that was the truest statement in that line. And at the same time, man, it was like, it was, we had egos. We lost the deal and had egos, and we had to still be outside, and we had to still be, competitive, and we still had to like have shit.
Yeah.
And there was only one way for that to happen at that point in time for those 4 years.
Yeah.
And you still keep in contact with him considering his circumstance, right?
Me and Tony don't talk that much any longer.
Oh.
I mean, I speak to the family.
Okay.
We don't really talk that much.
Yeah.
I was always wondering, like, are you ever conflicted about the drug talk that you have in your raps, considering the people that have around you been affected by it?
No, because I just feel like, I feel like everything that's been said has been spoken in the truest fashion. I mean, I think you've gotten the losses. I think, you've gotten the wins, you got the losses. I feel like, you get the tap out.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like, man, I was just at a show with my brother. My brother came to see me and Future perform at No Malice.
Yes, I'm sorry.
No Malice
now. Yes, sir.
And means it.
Wow.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how's he doing? So he's made that change, and
he's beautiful. But he came to my show the other day and dared me to ask him to come on stage. Like, it's just not happening.
Wow.
It's not. And it was like, that side eye, like I'm about to do grinding at home in Virginia.
Gonna come out and
wow.
And he sat right on the side of that stage and watched the crowd go out, and the people who could see him were like, ah! Wow.
But why?
Ultimately, he ain't doing none of that.
Wow.
Because of the pain and the stuff that things about you?
He feel like, that's not his life. He's off of it, and he it was a bit much. He like, man, these are my, like, everybody that we speak about, like, these are my friends for 20 years. Like, Tony girls go to Bible study with my nieces and nephews, and that's too much for my brother to look at.
That's crazy. Like, that's,
you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, that's the type of that's how that works.
That hurts because
I felt like he was going to write the book and then maybe find some measure of like peace and closure with that, and
ain't none of that.
One of the best verses ever in rap about like the regret of the drug game, I think, was on "Not You." I love that verse from Malice. That, I think that's probably one of the most poignant verses I've ever heard.
Yeah.
And like, for him not to want to participate and share that still to the world, that's hard. That's disheartening.
But what do you think? What do you make of then you and your brother with that, since that chapter's over, Clips, like what that legacy is, and also why do you think there's such? I always talk about this. There's no groups anymore. Like, everybody wants to be an individual. You know what I mean? Like, why? Like, why can't two dope artists get together and be a duo?
I couldn't tell you, because I feel like mine was a bit of a cheat. That's my real brother. There's absolutely nothing in the world that I don't think I could do without him. And I don't know why people choose not to be like that. I don't know why there aren't any Mobb Deeps in the world. It was another question you asked.
The Clips legacy, like what made that what made you guys a special group that should be respected, and a thing that now is not being carried forth, right? Like it's time maybe not appreciate Mobb Deeps as much because these kids don't even have that archetype anymore.
I think that the Clips just should honestly be respected on the body of work, man. I feel like we never wavered We stayed true to lyric driven hip hop. I feel like we were part of a, as a group and musically we were part of an era in which, my producers were on 49% of the charts, and we weren't a part of that. We took the other route, still with them, and still made an impact.
Right. Yeah.
I feel like the Clips were the first internet darlings when it comes when it comes to.
That's fair.
Yeah,
that's fair to say.
Couldn't say nothing bad about Hell Have No Fury.
Yo, nothing.
I was in the meeting like, we gotta get this shit a double XL.
I don't think it's a double.
Dethroned me and
I was
shit.
there at the time. I don't think it deserved a double XL. I think Lord Willing is better than Hell Have No Fury.
Wow,
I think so. You know what? Pusha? I agree too. See, that's the spaz out. I was like, is he gonna spaz? Is he gonna spaz with interview?
Lord Willing is better than Hell Have.
I do agree though. I do agree. Lord, we love Lord. What team Lord Willing up here?
Listen, me and Malice, same debate. Me
Oh really?
Malice,
with Malice,
debate.
with no Malice side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all got him.
Like a song like Not You, like I'm not you rapper. I'm not you.
Oh
like,
my
you don't
God.
have those moments.
God damn, when the last time grinding.
How have
Hate when the last time.
What?
Great record.
You hate that record?
Don't want to hear it ever.
Why?
Never perform it. We'll never perform it.
So that's the hit that you hate.
If you play it while I'm doing a hosting set, the hosting's over.
Is that what
It's over.
Is that what happened at Cameo?
Is that happened?
Is that what happened at Cameo?
No. I just was too drunk and went across the street, and I didn't mean to.
But
and they told me I shouldn't have.
You have stormed out if they played West last night?
I can't. Listen, if I'm doing a session, if I'm doing a hosting, and the DJs, going and
trying to be respectful.
and I let them go, and I'll sit up there and do whatever. I mean, I'm only supposed to be up there three songs, three.
You only pay for the hosting fee.
Listen, I'll stay for 8, 12. Once you play that, it's over.
Why? That's a great record.
I hate it, I hate it.
You like What Happened to That Boy better than that? That whole time?
Yes. Yes.
And you don't even like Birdman in that.
No. But I still love that record, man. Still love that record.
Hell Have No Fear, Keys Open Doors.
That
was dope.
Come on, man.
Yeah. It had records on there, but
see, I don't, but that's how I like my music though. I like my music like Darkest Before Dawn.
Yeah.
I like it linear. I like my albums like that.
Yeah, Hell Half does that sound. Yeah, and it's
I feel like I feel like that. Lord Willing is a sort of old school roller coaster ride of listening. I ain't with that. That ain't how I like my music.
That Virginia was that was dark. Like it made me like even if you've never been to Virginia, you would transport it to that state.
So how do you feel about third album, Backed by Popular Demand?
Hate it.
You hate it too?
Hate it.
Kind of like a big deal, all that stuff? Even that?
I like kind of like a big deal. I like a lot of joints on there, but I just felt like that was a moment where like we were my brother was definitely
going that way.
Yeah.
You felt like you was almost kind of forcing him to stay on the path?
Yeah.
I think there was some records on there.
No, it was some records up there, but it just once again, it's not how I like my music.
And that was tough though when you went solo. I think people forget now because now you're so established now as a solo entity.
Yeah.
But I remember you spoke about it. That was a tough transition going to Hawaii, like for you to be by yourself and like this is your time now, and it's on you.
And like just working with people like, that's just different in itself. Like man, you work with your brother. When you work with your brother and your best friends, you don't want to do nothing else. Yeah. That's a luxury that people don't even understand.
Yes.
Then you get up and you go to Hawaii and you're working with Kanye West, and I don't know him. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know him like that,
of course,
at all. So it's like, you got to get accustomed to his way,
right?
His movements, just his whole mentality. And then you got to remember too, like I'm the rapper that producers like to get their rap shit off on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
So if I tell you that I asked Tim for the music. He gives me Untouchable, but he calls me at 4:30 and tells me, "Can't nobody mess with Team Timbo. Yeah. I am the hip hop. That's who I am, and I'm gonna give you this, and you show them."
Yeah, you're an extension of that. Right.
Every producer, that's what they want to make. Kanye, me signing with Good was Kanye talking to me about uncompromised raps, uncompromised hardcore raps, and he just mentioned Hell Hath No Fury, and that's his favorite album. And I went and performed that album at his birthday party at the Louis Vuitton store.
Oh wow!
Me and my brother did around that time,
right?
Or whatever. But he was like, that was me. That's why I signed there. It was like, man, you talking my language,
right? That's so dope, man. So I know you. Speaking of fashion, you're the face of Alexander Wang.
Yeah, man, we did a little campaign. Wayne, yeah.
And the sneakers dropping what, Friday, right?
Sneakers drop Friday.
Black Friday.
11.5.
You got Hov rocking.
I got you.
I got you.
Nah, I got you. And I say it on with it because I know I got you.
It's going to Taxstone.
I got his too.
What about me, Push?
I got you. I don't know. As you went to the
for you, I'll do it. I'll do black.
Okay.
At the time for it's for you, man. Try to be like you.
The velour joint.
My Timberlands.
I gotta be halfway decent on with Pusha T, baby.
Yo, it's so crazy that the amount of interest people put in fashion and hip hop, and I talk about it. And I say, like, damn, man, all my favorite rappers, like, they were, like, really my superheroes. I wanted to, like, look like them, dress like them, rap like them, And now they separated so much to me. I feel like, man, that should be part of the criteria. Like, it always was. Yeah. I just had a jacket done by Shirt Kings the other day.
Yeah, I saw that, yeah.
And, I don't even think that nostalgia just doesn't even leave me as a hip hop person.
Yeah, you had that in Vegas with Fab.
Yeah, man.
That's so dope. You got the boutique too, Cream.
Yeah, man. 2 stores, man. One in the mall, one destination store.
Wow.
Cream is it's an awesome business, and it's dope to bring that energy to my area.
I feel like you don't get enough credit as a businessman because you're an investor in Mass Appeal.
Yes.
Of course, you have Cream and you have Play Cloths.
Play clothes.
I always say cloth. Sorry.
No. I mean, it's spelled that way, but I just like the way it looked without the E.
Right.
And then,
But I mean, that's really dope. I mean, plus the Adidas.
7 years.
7 years. Wow.
7 years on
7
Play
years.
Clothes.
I need a box of that too, man. That's easy.
Wow.
Yeah, that's easy.
That's easy.
That's easy.
But I mean, I feel like you don't get the props that you deserve for being the businessman that you have.
I got the check.
Oh, speaking of checks,
how did the check?
How did that develop? Because was it also a reaction to so much music industry drama in terms of business that you had to kind of step out and find other ways to grow as a businessman?
The truth of the matter is, when we were going through that turmoil, I noticed how, it might have been a Knitting Factory show. We sold out a Knitting Factory show, and man, I wasn't hip on the net and so on and so forth. And I remember the kids, they shocked me by reciting the verses, but they were like, "Oh man, he got on the Bape 1 of 1 jacket. He got on the such and such jacket." Yeah. And at that time, I totally took for granted that was something special. I'm just getting these boxes at my door from this kid.
Bape, you late.
Yeah,
talking your buffoons.
Like, yo, we rapping about it, but it's whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, wait a minute, they're like paying attention to this, and I'm like, how do you even know? Because I don't even know the actual
serial number.
Right. I'm last. I'm just
they
dumb.
take the tags off when we get it.
I'm dumb, and they knew it.
Yeah.
Wow.
So from there, I was just like, man, we should really dial in on trying to expand the brand and it was some kids from Virginia. I work with a house, RP55. You guys familiar? Mm-hmm. So, man, every day for like a year, I would go to their warehouse, and after the kids would get off work from making Schmack clothing or Azure denim or whatever they were designing at the time, they would stay, and we'd stay from like 6 to 10, 6 to 11, and make mood boards. I bring in clothes. I do this, and I did this for about a year, and we made a little capsule, and then we partnered up after that.
Nice.
But it was just, kids at home.
I remember last time we doing press, you were saying how you were so adamant about you would not leave Virginia. Everybody when we moved to New York, moved to LA, but you like, I'm always gonna live in Virginia.
Yeah, man. I can't, man. I don't see Virginia's my reset button. I can come up here, I can run around, I can do everything, but I need to come back home. I couldn't move to what's that street called where everybody live at? River Road.
Oh, in Jersey, River.
Man, I would die. I would die if I lived there and had to see rappers every day. I would die.
Right.
I would die.
I would die, man.
That Adidas check is big enough you can move anywhere you want,
hey, man. Forget that. I'm staying right there.
Can we talk about this guy, Stephen Victor, man?
Why is this guy?
Why is this
elusive?
guy?
Oh, shit, Mike said. I went to high school with Mike, man.
Oh, what's up? What makes
elusive.
this guy the right manager for you, bro?
He's man, Steven is he's young and in the mix, and he's articulate, and he's cunning.
Oh, he's a cunning motherfucker.
He's a cunning, he's not one of those brash people that people are afraid to talk to. So we get a lot of plays just due to people just feeling like they can speak to Steven and and he's
the other guy might spaz on me with the braids. He's a little crazy, that guy.
Right.
He's high strung.
Yeah. He plays it well until they see that he don't call back all the time, or when they get into that part of him, it gets crazy.
This guy's a shooter, man. He's a killer.
You guys had your up and downs too, publicly.
Yeah. No, listen.
How many times have you fired him?
I don't think I've ever fired Steven yet. I haven't.
I came this close about 24 times.
24 times.
Yeah, but never, man.
So do you don't think about letting you spazzing and stuff? Is that just passion? Do you have anger management? It's the things about you what is that?
I used to have anger management issues.
You did?
Yeah. But I don't got that no more. I mean, now if I feel sometimes I feel because I'm not spazzing out and blacking out, people take me for granted, and then I'll just do it just to remind everybody. But I don't want to be like that. I don't want to do that. And I just I gotta prioritize. I just prioritize things a little bit differently.
Also notice that even though you may get into that more personally, you don't allow social media or something to take you there with it. You're arguing with a fan on Twitter. You'll never Wale goes through that.
If you ever see me arguing with a fan, I will handcuff my own hands and let you slap the hell out of me.
I'll call you. I promise I'll call you.
I'm not doing it. I'm not.
But you said the iPhone is emasculating men now these days, though, right?
Yeah, man. Because listen, I there's nothing worse than you see a man playing peekaboo in the airport with you I'm not with that. Listen, and everybody knows, you come up yo, let me get a pic. What's up? Let's do it.
All up. Right. Yeah.
Dogs, don't peeking.
Snapchat me,
Don't be peeking at me. Don't peek at me. I'm not with that. It makes me feel nasty. And I don't like it.
You also said the male groupies at the clubs too,
all too much, man.
VIP sections.
And don't come telling me how real you are. I don't care. I don't care.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Sometimes you make this music and these guys feel the need to come tell you their story. I don't care about your story. I don't even care. And I don't care how real you are. I don't care if you killed 90 people. Listen, I don't want to, bro, I'm here to have a good time.
Yeah.
I'm here to have a good time. And I'm here to, just listen, you can say something you compliment me, about the music or something. I'm with you. Listen, listen, man, I don't be out here 50,000 security. I don't even
I'm accessible.
like that.
I'm accessible.
Yeah. But don't tell me how real you are.
So these are the rules. Don't tell Push how real you are. Do not play When Was the Last Time.
And don't play peekaboo with your camera. Don't do it. Don't just...
Looking like Zoolander, man.
Yeah, looking at me under your eyes and shit. Yo, man, don't look at me under your eye. I hate it.
Oh my
Uncomfortable, dog.
Like, I'm so uncomfortable. And they don't even understand why. Like, I can't do it.
It's darkest before dawn.
All right, we got to go. But one serious thing I forgot to mention, the Sunshine record on the new project.
Yeah, man.
Let's talk about that because I know you're very proud of that. Like some people, early people saying like, this is like your Chuck D moment. Like this is like you touching on topics. Like talk a little about some of the lines in that song and what makes that different maybe than some.
Well, see,
areas
the Sunshine record, I was having an issue with, we all are dealing with the police brutality and just how, things are going on in society. But I just felt like there was too much, I was getting too much turn the other cheek energy from artists and from people. And I don't understand that in young people. Like, I don't get that. Like, it doesn't make me feel like that. It makes me feel rebellious. And in my music, I wanted to sort of get that off in my music, and I was thinking about like Chuck D and how they made me feel. Like I'm really from Virginia Beach, where
Brothers Gonna Work It Out,
right? Yeah, I'm really from that. Like I really understand that, and it's funny because people don't understand the impact of racism and just that mentality. The other day, I'm like sitting at City Hall, and I'm having breakfast, right? Mm-hmm. And so I'm having breakfast or whatever, and a guy comes up to me, and I'm at City Hall, and he's asking me about, can I come talk to him? And I'm like, sure, He ends up being treasurer or whatever. He's like, come talk to me. He was like, man, what can we do to keep you guys around? Like, I feel like everybody who makes it out of the area, they leave or whatever the case may be. Mm-hmm. And I was like, man, what are you gonna what would you guys do to entertain people who have made it out here? You haven't been the area hasn't been inviting. Mm-hmm. Like
you talking about Virginia?
Virginia hasn't been inviting. Since we've been dealing with the beach Virginia riots, and so on and so forth. And
that's early 90s, right?
Was it early? Was it 90s or 80s or late 80s?
Late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah.
1990, I think. Maybe, yeah.
So I'm saying, man, we have to sort of, some things happened back then that we were sort of scarred, and we've been scarred forever, and they've been it's progressed.
Right.
It's progressed. And, now, we sitting down and we're talking about how can we get that back, because we're looking at how other cities like a Charlotte or, and they have things like CIAA. I mean, we used to have the MEAC, the MEAC tournaments and so on and so forth. We don't even embrace any of that energy anymore due to, I think, fear and that good old boy mentality, if you ask me.
Yeah. You've been vocal too. I mean, you talk about this club in your hometown. They were racist against you.
Disgusting. Disgusting. I just,
Did that get resolved, or that was still?
No, I mean, there is no resolution. I mean, I'll never go back.
Right.
But I mean, at the end of the day, I'm not silly enough to believe that people aren't racist. I just feel like when you get when racism clouds your business sense, that's what I mean, when you really look at it, man, I come here, I come to New York. By the time I get out the car in front of a club, whoever's in the front is radioing to the waitress girl, get table 4, ready. Cause whoever I'm coming with, we gon' I'm coming unannounced. I'm coming to party.
Right.
I'm coming to have a time. Man, I'm pulling up at the club, me and 2 other cars behind me, and it's on a Monday. It's a Monday, bro.
Right.
It's for Monday.
You know, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Like yo, like you know, we're just coming
humble.
And yeah. Man, when you can't even like assess the situation, like me personally, if I got a club and I see $200,000 car pull up and a couple other ones behind them,
that's a good night.
Right.
I'm about to
that's a good night.
It's about to happen.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I might even kick somebody out the section just to get what I think I'm about to get. You know, and
you would do that.
I would. In the name of business, I would.
Exactly.
And you know, it just didn't happen that way, and I spoke about it on Twitter, so on and so forth, and it was just annoying. But you know, that's the mentality we deal with sometimes down there.
Yeah.
And I mean, you know, that's a little bit of a black eye down there, but that's
it's
my
still
home.
and you ain't leaving.
Never. Always
love
gonna have it.
but it's just this hate here.
All right, so this we go December 18th.
December
Darkest
18th,
Before Dawn.
Darkest Before Dawn.
Woo.
King
He got a
Push.
Q-Tip record that's crazy. All kinds of stuff on
Yeah, I got
there,
a Q-Tip record. I'm sorry I ain't say Q-Tip is part of
man.
the production team,
I helped
man.
you, man. I
Thank
cleaned it up for you, man.
Come on. And he gave a monster.
He got a Beanie Siegel Siegel's best verse in years.
Really?
Listen, and
Talk about that Siegel verse.
I missed this fucking listening, man. What was I
the
doing?
Siegel verse, man, it means so much because I could tell that Siegel was like in pain.
Yeah.
Hearing it. Like,
You said it's very like Drew the Wire. Reminds you of that.
Yeah. It reminds me of that, just that aesthetic, because I can hear the pain. Damn. And you know, everybody know Beanie.
Yeah, that
went through a situation or whatever.
Yeah, definitely.
But I can still hear it. But you know, and this is the rapper in me. The writing, the literature of it is so good.
Really? That's the best Beanie Siegel. Like you think about Ride or Die, you know those.
Yeah, because you had
Don't
given it
play
to other
with him.
rappers too, right? You said a lot of cats didn't really nail it.
Yeah.
And Siegel stepped in.
Yeah, and I'd be damned if I was gonna move it.
All
It
the
was like-
listenings I missed, man.
And he got Cole give him a half a beat there. Cole
Yeah.
production.
Oh man, I got Cole on production. I be forgetting, man.
You got some Tupac on that too? I got everybody.
Nah. But I definitely got Cole. I definitely got Tip.
But how did it feel just to even drop Untouchable? Like the reaction's just been crazy. Like
I love it, man, and I you know that's my thing. It's like going against the current. I feel like, you know, I drop something that's a disruption to what's going on, and that's what I like to do. I feel like that's just my lane, man. It ain't about, you know, I don't know if I'm gonna sell the most iTunes singles or whatever, but I feel like I'm gonna make noise and people gonna, you know, dial into to the taste level of what it is that I'm putting out there.
I'm looking forward to
all
it,
right, man. Keep doing it, man. Double back to back these albums.
Let's go.
Man.
Push.
Yes.
Dawn. I'm with it.
All right, Push.
Yeah.
Thank you, brother.
Yes.
Rap Radar Podcast.
Yep.